You heard about how he refused to eat the food in prison because he's paranoid that they're trying to poison him?
He know they want him. He's the big dog. People keep making it like, they after Puff. Puff is the big dog. They scared of this nigga. Like, the white folks are scared of this nigga.
Breaking news tonight. Diddy hungry? Sean Combs apparently refusing jail food. Some say he's missing his private chef and convinced he will be poisoned.
Diddy's life in prison has been anything but ideal. According to recent reports, someone has attempted to poison his food.
Now, live. Okay, Larry, spill the tea. What are you hearing about Diddy's eating?
Well, I got an inside source there at MDC, and when people go into custody, they have anxiety, they're depressed, a lot of things go through their mind. Poison his food, give him a heart attack, and he died.
Sending him into a state of paranoia and fear for his life. His situation is growing increasingly dire, and he is deeply unsettled, experiencing constant anxiety that only escalates as the days go by. He's reportedly wary of every meal he receives, haunted by the thought that someone might be trying to kill him. This extreme vigilance is also taking a toll on his physical and mental health, pushing him to an almost unmanageable level of stress. Fans and the entertainment industry are concerned about what could happen next.
The music mogul who once traveled by private jet to all those mansions is now in a jail that is notorious.
Whether a federal judge in Manhattan decides to make Sean Combs' holiday dreams come true and let him out of jail, or whether he keeps Diddy locked up tight.
Sean Diddy Combs had likely sensed the risk even before being locked up, given his previous run-ins with prison life. In his past interactions, he had already developed a strong distrust of prison food, persistently refusing to eat altogether, though his choices were limited. Now, confined to the Metropolitan Detention Center, MDC in Brooklyn, one of the most notorious and overcrowded detention facilities in the United States, his fears have multiplied. Known for its violent incidents, the MDC is a place where survival isn't guaranteed, and Diddy, facing threats both internal and external, has applied for bail 4 times. With each denial, he grows more desperate, realizing that his pleas for safety are falling on deaf ears.
It is true that Hollywood gets loud very quickly in certain cases. I agree with you. I don't think just because, look, every celebrity in the world seems to have gone to one of these white parties. I mean,
Sean P. Diddy Combs, that's the subject right now. It's a federal case against Sean P. Diddy Combs. The federal government has accused Diddy of directing a vast criminal enterprise that he used to assault and traffic women.
Mr. Combs is a fighter. He's going to fight this to the end. He's innocent. He came to New York to establish his innocence. He's not afraid. He's not afraid of the charges. Why doesn't the government want him to turn himself in? Because then they can't ask for detention. So they go and they arrest him. They arrest a guy who came to New York to turn himself in.
Hollywood and Diddy's fans have made his situation a national issue, sparking discussions about how he is being treated. The possibility that other inmates could be targeting him adds an extra layer of complexity to his confinement in the prison. Despite MDC's efforts to protect Diddy, the prison staff faces limitations in managing such a high-profile case. Diddy has been placed in a separate section of the prison to ensure his safety, yet this so-called special treatment has done little to improve his circumstances. Like all prisoners, Diddy has to follow a strict daily routine, waking up at 6 a.m., making his bed, cleaning his cell, mopping floors, and handling all his personal bathroom duties. It's a stark contrast to the life of luxury he once enjoyed, and these restrictions are weighing heavily on him. Unlike in his former life, where he enjoyed unrestricted freedom, he is now confined to 3 showers per week and lacks access to simple pleasures like coffee or his favorite snacks. Michael Cohen, a former lawyer for President Donald Trump and a past inmate of MDC, has spoken out about the grotesque conditions there, painting a bleak picture of Diddy's life behind bars. Cohen, who has first-hand experience at MDC, described the prison as a mentally and physically challenging place devoid of basic comfort. In an interview with CNN, he spoke of Diddy's bare-bones accommodations, a steel bed without a mattress or pillow, which Cohen described as psychologically disturbing. In addition, Cohen noted the lack of distractions to help prisoners cope with the stress of confinement. No books, music, or television to occupy their minds. Such bleak conditions have made it difficult for Diddy to maintain any sense of peace, and his mental state is reportedly deteriorating, with both anxiety and paranoia increasing. One of Diddy's primary concerns is the food provided in MDC, which he fears may be poisoned or tampered with. The meals, often prepared in advance and stored in warming boxes for hours, are served stale and cold. Knowing this, Diddy has significantly cut down his food intake, effectively fasting out of fear. He eats little to nothing and reluctantly, wary of the possibility that someone could be trying to take his life through his meals. An earlier incident where he reportedly became ill after consuming moldy food has heightened his anxiety, leaving him distrustful and cautious of every meal he's given. For Diddy, every bite comes with the fear that it might be his last safe meal, adding yet another layer of distress to an already challenging situation. Supporters close to Diddy believe he is justified in feeling unsafe. They argue that as a high-profile individual, Diddy faces unique challenges and risks that other inmates may not. Prison gangs, who see him as a trophy target, could have motives to harm him, making him especially vulnerable. With over 1,600 prisoners packed into MDC's overcrowded quarters, the facility has a history of violent incidents, sometimes even resulting in deaths. The lack of adequate security and support has made MDC a dangerous place, where survival is often a matter of luck as much as resilience. In 2019, for example, the prison experienced a week-long blackout, leaving inmates without power and prompting several lawsuits alleging inhumane conditions. Reports from activists and former inmates have consistently described MDC as unfit for habitation, with stories of inadequate medical care, widespread infestations, and a lack of care for prisoners' well-being. Adding to the MDC's harsh reputation are stories of inmate violence. A former inmate named Eli shared a harrowing memory of a stabbing incident that involved a makeshift knife. Such accounts only amplify Diddy's fears of becoming a target, heightening his awareness of the daily risks he faces. To minimize these dangers, Diddy's legal team has been working to secure his transfer to a less violent facility, such as Essex County in New Jersey. However, their attempts have been unsuccessful thus far, with the presiding judge showing little sympathy for his pleas. Earlier this year, MDC faced a particularly violent summer, with several prisoners losing their lives under brutal conditions. This shows how dangerous the facility is, especially for someone like Diddy, whose fame could be a curse rather than a blessing inside. The disturbing similarities between Diddy's imprisonment and that of Jeffrey Epstein, another famous figure held at MDC, add extra mystery to his situation. Epstein's mysterious death within the facility still lingers in the public's mind, sparking fears that Diddy could meet a similar fate. The Bureau of Prisons' apparent lack of action has only fueled suspicions that forces may be trying to keep Diddy quiet. Like Epstein, Diddy holds influential knowledge about his industry, leading some to believe that his imprisonment could be an attempt to silence him. Diddy's isolation is taking a toll on his mental health. Although placed in a separate section for his safety, the lack of human contact is becoming a form of psychological punishment. Unlike most prisoners who can interact with others, Diddy is largely alone, even having limited communication with the guards. This isolation, intended to protect him, has only made him more vulnerable and stressed, leaving him disconnected from everything normal. While his fame might have led to special treatment, it has isolated him even more. Diddy's fans are now speaking out on social media, rallying for his humane treatment. The #Justice for Diddy hashtag is gaining popularity as people question the fairness of his imprisonment and the tough conditions he's enduring. The debate has also sparked discussions about prison reform, especially for high-profile individuals. Supporters argue that Diddy deserves basic respect and protection regardless of his alleged crimes. Many are calling for his transfer to a safer place or even house arrest, voicing concerns about how MDC is affecting his health. Diddy's legal team is also pushing for his release or a move to a less dangerous facility. They are recording the threats and violence Diddy has experienced in prison, claiming that MDC is not capable of handling someone like him. His lawyers are pointing to the worsening conditions at MDC and his declining health as reasons for his case to be treated differently. Some legal experts believe that house arrest could be a safer solution, allowing Diddy to stay under surveillance while avoiding further harm. Meanwhile, rumors continue to circulate about the real reasons behind Diddy's detention. His career has intertwined with many powerful figures, and some speculate that his imprisonment and the alleged poisoning attempt may have more to do with silencing him than legal consequences. Conspiracy theories suggest that influential people outside the prison system might want Diddy to stay quiet. If true, this could explain the increased risks he he faces in prison and why he feels like a target within MDC. As Diddy's ordeal continues, Hollywood and his fans are watching closely. The glamorous world of fame hides a reality of vulnerability, and for Diddy, his fame has made his situation more dangerous. His experience serves as a reminder of the risks celebrities face, even after the spotlight fades. Every day Diddy spends in MDC brings him closer to the edge, where fear and uncertainty dominate, and safety seems distant. The stakes are high, and Diddy's legal team knows they must act quickly. In the coming weeks, they may present new evidence and push for more drastic measures, such as seeking international attention or working with prison reform activists. For now, Diddy remains in MDC, holding on to hope that there's light at the end of the tunnel. He continues to live in fear, hoping his next meal won't be his last, and that there are still people fighting for his freedom and safety. So what do you, Sean Diddy Combs? Does he deserve this treatment, or does he deserve some basic human rights? Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye!